Well, I hope I didn't. I hope that kind of I try to make sense of the pills and
No,
the
no, no,
whole
it's
easy
great.
way. It's natural, whether you're a soldier, whether you're any
Yeah,
bodybuilder, no matter
well,
what. It's
it's no
natural.
different with that prescription medication. It's the same addiction, People just don't see it because, well, my doctor ordered it. Well, fuck, you're still an addict.
Well, let me tell you something. Anybody who has a Facebook account, Instagram account, or uses a cell phone doesn't even understand this is as powerful as a heroin needle.
Yes.
I I'm telling you, I've done heroin and crystal meth and crack for 30 years. And when the data runs off of this, whatever it might be, if I'm on my way somewhere, I get the same feeling in my gut that I used to get when I'd run out of my down or I've only had one bump of meth left. It was that, fuck, what am I going to do? Well, I guarantee if you asked any human today, put their little weapon of mass destruction, put it away in a safe for 72 hours. They will go through the same withdrawals, the same excuses, the same bullshit as they would a pill, heroin, the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same addiction. We're all addicts. It's okay to be an addict. It's what we choose to be addicted to today, right?
It's true.
What
Like
we choose to be addicted
it's
to
putting
today.
those healthy boundaries. Be addicted to something that's actually boosts your immunity, or boosts your brain power, or boosts your ability to cope. You know what I
Or
mean?
even just be addicted to
Yeah,
helping, being selfless in your community and
it's
helping other people.
kind of funny because I'm involved with these Mefloquine lawsuits. I ordered my medical documents from the military, but I also ordered my family doctors once since I left the military, and the concerns they have over my fixation with diet. It's like I look at this and it's like, oh my god, like they actually see me as not being mentally stable, right? And because they do not understand that without the diet controls, I am back on 15 medications. With the diet controls, I'm not on any medications, right? And even though they turn around, they keep saying, well, your blood work's coming back, you're high, you should be on a medication. That blood work has slowly been coming down and down and down and down without having to take the medication. If I took the medication, that some of that blood work would come down and others would go skyrocketing out of control. I'd require another medication within a year. Right? It's choosing to be addicted to. I'd rather be addicted to a dietary regimen and control than to the need for a medication for the rest of my life that breaks my
Yeah.
body down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you have had the lived experience to understand the roller coaster, what you've lost, your family, your kids, your job, your thing, so you've been gifted this knowledge and experience to share with others to prevent them from having to struggle and suffer the same way, end their life, lose their spouse, lose their job, their home, their music talents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the gift that you have, and that's why I'm curious of two things. One is this mefloquine that you're battling. What is your intention, or I know you probably don't have expectation, but what is it that you're trying to win and do for the future
First and
people
foremost, we want
with this experience?
we want the drug off the market before
Okay,
anything else. Okay, and
gotcha.
the first evidence that methylphenone was a toxicant was they attempted to introduce it during the Somali Inquiry back in '97, and instead of allowing that testimony in, they shut the inquiry down. And I can give you a direct quote from that inquiry. I have to look at it to get to read it, but the short of it is, and this made the CBC News. The Somali Inquiry ruling or belief was that senior military and political bureaucrats were deliberately stonewalling, lying, and attempting to keep information from coming to light. Right? That was the feeling of the commission, of the inquiry. Here we are. That was in '97, right? Here we are, some 25 years from after Somalia itself, and we're still fighting to get that information out, right? Most of us were so badly damaged that we are fighting for our lives for 15 to 20 years. We've only just begun to be able to live a life that we can fight to get this information back out. So that's the kind of stuff that we really want. First and foremost is for the information to be gotten out, to show that is a neurotoxicant, to enlighten the doctors that are prescribing it, that if they are going to continue to prescribe it and someone comes back and has a mental illness, first they need to look at the side effects of that drug before they tell them that you have an anxiety disorder. Right? Because the treatment is night and day.
Yeah.
Any SSRI medication, antidepressants, will only create more anxiety and suicidal ideation.
That's good for them.
It's not good for you.
But the trouble is that you have this knowledge and understanding of the effects. The pharmaceuticals have too much to gain, and the people who are depressed, who are suicidal, who are abusing substances, they're not in the right mindset or frame to listen to what Stefan has to say, because it's not the easy way. These people tend to win. They want the thing we want.
Remember, in these people's minds, Stefan is mentally ill. Stefan has a mental illness, right? He's got post-traumatic stress, right? He's mentally unstable because he's a veteran, right? And he's got a fixation on being healthy, right? Where the rest of Canada has no fixation on being healthy. They're going to eat their junk food and take their medication. Stefan's not like that. There's a mental illness underlying that.
Yeah.
Right? You got to keep that in mind, right?
Oh, that's just what I'm saying is the people is like, like you have the lessons, you have the gift, you have the experience, and to bring to light something that has so negative, who you're battling against, these guys who will never change. And the people who need the education are not in the right mindset to learn, right? Like that's the tough challenge.
Yeah. Especially because of who's presenting it, right? The people presenting that, there is all the leadership for the Mefloquine movement itself all come from essentially lower ranks, right? They're corporals, right? There are very few. There's one or two officers involved. Very few, right? And the higher the officer, the more in bed they are with the politicians and the political parties, which prevent this from coming to light.
That's why the next generation of people that are coming through need to have that knowledge. They will make the changes. They will be the ones to say, hey, not going to work, right?
That's right.
So hey, you're and that's a tough uphill. That's a tough battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you have on your hands. It's got to be. Does that add more stress or pleasure to your life?
Yeah. It's learning how to deal with the stress. Once again, that's the lifestyle changes. I play a musical instrument. I play professionally, and I make sure that I play my instrument daily. I make sure that I'll smoke a cigar. I don't care if it's unhealthy by some people's minds. I relax when I smoke that cigar. I sit back, and that's it. That's me. It's my time. I let things go, and I don't have to justify my health because physically, despite my injuries and despite my body having been poisoned, it can't handle drugs and stuff like that, I'm still in better shape physically and mentally than most people who have never been traumatized, even though I'm at times not very functional as a human being. You know what I mean?
Yes. But and that, see, I look at you, let's just hypothetically say I was a soldier, a younger soldier coming through having some struggles. I'd be inspired and motivated by you because you have the tools like music and you know what I mean? And I'm just talking to you like off the record, man to man here, straight up. What I've learned in the last couple of years is we have the knowledge of the pain, the government, their bullshit, their tactics, they're killing people, they're making money off of us. A couple of years ago, I used to just get so like, we'll beat them. Or we can take our energy from our experience and inspire and help others who are struggling too. We have an energy that we wake up and we give power to positive thought. One is butting against such a negative, which I understand because our hearts.
You've nailed it. If you see it as a physical, as a battle, like I'm going to nail these guys, I'm going to take them down, blah blah. You know what I mean? Then you're going backwards, right? Although that's ultimately what we want to accomplish. What we've learned to do is not to get caught up in that aspect of the battle, because what we really need to win is the information war. Right? If I can get out into the general population the knowledge, then they are going to get up in arms. They're going to start asking questions. They're going to put the pressure on, and these guys are going to have to bow to that pressure. That's the point of the tort action lawsuits. Is when you get over 400 people in a month signed up for a lawsuit, and by the time this thing launches, it's probably going to be a couple thousand. At least I suspect that's where it's going to be. The people are going to pay attention, and they're going to go, "Well, wait a minute. Why are there so many people? And what is this Mefloquine? What is this drug?"
That's right.
Doing the searches, and it's going to become #1 on Google, and it's going to start coming up the news feeds, and then the corporate media is going to have to turn around and say, "Okay, you know what? We've covered this story in the past, but I guess we have to start covering it a little bit more in depth." You know what I mean? And they're not going to necessarily cave in and go after the politicians on our behalf, because the reality is, they get a lot of funding from those politicians. But they're not going to ignore the story any longer either.
And you just nailed it right there. When you get the masses on board to start asking questions and pushing, changes start taking place. So in 50 years from now, when the bugs are crawling through our bones, the next people who've understand and learn about this aren't taking it. You've saved their lives, right? You've left a legacy behind. You brought truth to what your goals are without the negative battles. It's bringing the information.
Yeah, because the negative battles is what brings you down. So it's learning how to fight a battle in a very positive manner, so that it doesn't affect you physically and mentally and erode you and break you down.